Have you ever wondered how quickly a peaceful world can transform into a place of darkness? In the blink of an eye, the joy of everyday life can be shattered by a single terrible act. Sadly, throughout history, acts of violence have stolen countless innocent lives.
Authorities say she was abducted about 5:45 this evening on the west side of Pocatello.
I just feel so bad for the mom and dad.
The afternoon passed and the sun set with no sign of Geraldine.
An intensive search is underway in eastern Idaho at this hour.
A man in his 30s, about 5'7", jumped out of the car, grabbed Geraldine, shoved her back in the car, and took off.
Hundreds gathered tonight in Pocatello to show support for the family of 11-year-old Geraldine Underwood.
Leaders from Underwood's LDS stake asked church members to fast and pray for Geraldine's safety. Prayed. Pocatello police stopped traffic on
Hour after hour,
she's my friend.
day after day.
We just want our daughter back. Someone know where she's at, please.
Let her come home.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Crimeco, your go-to place for uncovering some of the world's latest true crime stories. If you're enjoying the stories, please be sure to subscribe and turn on your post notification so whenever we upload a new video, you're informed. Also, don't forget to leave a like while you're at it. Your support means a lot to us. So grab your blanket for comfort and let's dive into this fascinating case together. Pocatello is located in southeast Idaho, nestled between mountain ranges with the Snake River winding through. In 1993, it was a close-knit community of around 50,000 people. Most residents enjoyed an easygoing lifestyle centered around family, faith, and high school football. But beneath the surface, darkness lurked. An unknown car cruised slowly, driven by a man with a dark secret, James Wood, 45, searching for a victim. Geraldine Underwood was born on March 26, 1982, to Jeff and Joyce Underwood. She was raised in the city of Pocatello, located in southeastern Idaho. By all accounts, Geraldine had a very happy and wholesome childhood with her loving family. In the summer of 1993, at age 11, Geraldine was sharing a newspaper delivery route with her older brother. This Idaho State Journal route required them to collect payments from their customers in their neighborhood. Geraldine was hardworking and responsible in the first job of hers, often diligently heading out to collect dues right after finishing up at school. According to her parents, Geraldine was intelligent, kind, and outgoing. She was friendly to everyone she encountered and always made efforts to include others. Geraldine attended church regularly at her local Mormon congregation. Dancing was one of her hobbies, as she participated in a clog dance class. She also enjoyed reading in her spare time. Just a few months into her newspaper route job, Geraldine won a trip to Yellowstone National Park through an Idaho State Journal contest. She earned this exciting prize by recruiting the most new subscribers to the paper out of all the delivery carriers. This achievement highlights Geraldine's motivated and thoughtful nature even at a young age. Tragically, Geraldine had her whole life ahead of her when it was cut short at just 11 years old in a horrific circumstance by the P-word James Wood. James Edward Wood was no stranger to Pocatello. Though he called Louisiana home, he had deep ties to Idaho, where he spent part of his childhood. An offender with a lengthy rap sheet covering at least 6 states, the 45-year-old Wood had recently returned to his stomping grounds. He moved into his cousin's home, biding his time until the urge arose. Born James Godwin in 1947, Wood endured a painful upbringing. His father was imprisoned while Wood grew up, impoverished, with his struggling single mother in Florida. Disaster struck when he lost his mother in a workplace fire at age 8. Sent to live with his relatives, Wood claimed he suffered both physical and emotional hurt, which caused him to lash out aggressively. By age 14, he was incarcerated at a youth detention facility, but remained in and out of jail for car theft, arson, and assault. As an adult, Wood crisscrossed the country committing robberies, forcing himself onto women, and even suspected for ending lives. Though married twice with children, he spent over 16 of his 45 years behind bars. When not incarcerated, he was supporting himself through odd jobs like truck driving and welding, but his unwanted urges could never be suppressed for long. James looked like a normal person, but he was dangerous. He was short and strong with a mustache and a ponytail. He could easily hide among other people, but inside he was a monster who had hurt people in many states for over 30 years. He had bad thoughts about hurting women, and those thoughts had never gone away. One evening, James' paths crossed with 11-year-old Jarrell Underwood, and her life would never be the same. Jarrell walked her usual newspaper route with a smile on her face. At one house around 5:45 p.m., a middle-aged man she didn't know gave her a check but said it was bad and needed her to get a new one. As she searched her bag, James Wood grabbed her and threw her into his car. Her cries were lost in the noise as he sped away. Back home, Jerry's parents waited, but she never came. A neighbor saw a strange man taking a girl matching Jerry's description. As police searched, Jerry's parents spent a sleepless night, their hearts filled with fear. Little did they know they wouldn't see their daughter again. Meanwhile, James drove Jerry far away, over 150 miles past the town's light. He stopped on a lonely road, and Jerry's fear turned to terror as the man held a gun to her and mercilessly SA'd her. This was just the beginning of a nightmare Jerry would never wake up from. The following morning, still trapped inside the vehicle, Jerry received the ultimate act of cruelty when James raised his .22 caliber revolver directly at her face and fired a single fatal shot without warning. After keeping what was left of her for over a week and subjecting it to horrific degradation, James chopped it into pieces and scattered it into the Snake River to hide his evil crime. On July 7, 1993, exactly 1 week after her abduction, police finally apprehended James. Thanks to eyewitness accounts of the initial kidnapping provided by Jerry's neighbors. Showing zero remorse, he readily confessed in graphic detail to every aspect of what he calmly called SAing and ending the helpless girl, even directing detectives to locations where he ended and chopped her. As the full extent of his crimes against Jerry came to light, investigators also implicated him in 2 other SAs since arriving in Pocatello, along with a 30-year-old trial of ending lives, assault, and SA allegations across multiple states. News of Jerry's tragic story spread everywhere. It was hard for people to believe that such a terrible thing could happen in a normal town. The whole community mourned Jerry. While her parents found some comfort knowing that she was now safe in heaven, they still wanted justice for their beloved daughter. Jerry's story shocked the entire nation. People in Pocatello were heartbroken.
I can tell you that in 48 years of law enforcement, I have never seen another case of an absolute stranger abduction and murder as the one of Jerry Underwood.
They built memorials outside her house, filled with messages of love, Jerry's family, though devastated, found strength in their faith and the belief that she was now safe in heaven. But they also wanted the man who took her away from them to be punished. The police quickly arrested James, and they learned that he had hurt many other women throughout his life, always moving from place to place to avoid getting caught. People who knew him said he was angry and hated women, especially those who reminded him of something from his past. As the evidence against Wood grew stronger, Jerry's parents knew they would never forget the pain of losing their daughter. Jeff and Joyce refused to speak to the defendant, but tracked case development as prosecutors built a solid argument for the death penalty. The police built a strong case against James, and in September 1993, amidst heavy security precautions in the courthouse, he pled guilty to all charges. Showing no visible signs of remorse, Wood was sentenced to death by the judge. Everyone who loved and missed Jerry Lee cheered at this decision. Jerry Lee's family received some sort of comfort knowing her killer was brought to justice. While they would never truly move on, they tried to heal in their own ways. Jerry Lee's father dealt with his anger through therapy, and her mother found peace in her faith. James Wood eventually died in prison in 2004 before facing the death penalty. He admitted to many other horrible crimes, but no one will ever know the full extent of his actions. His death spared Jerry Lee's family further pain, but their daughter would always be deeply missed. Nearly 3 decades later, Jerry Lee's parents still miss her dearly. They find comfort in knowing her killer was punished, but they can never forget what happened.
Now I wanted her to come home. I wanted her to be with me. So it was hard to accept.
I love you, dear Jerry. We love you, we do.
While they grieve, they also celebrate Jerry Lee's life through memories and community support. They wonder what kind of person she would have become, and their faith gives them hope for a future reunion in the afterlife. Jerry Lee's story, though tragic, serves as a reminder to cherish our loved ones and stand against evil in all forms. The town of Pocatello came together in the face of calamity. Jerry Lee's spirit lives on, reminding people to be kind and vigilant. Neighbors now notice each other more, ready to help if anything seems wrong. Parents hold their children closer, remembering what happened. Even though sadness lingers, hope shines through. Scholarships in Jerry Lee's name let other kids enjoy things she loved, like dance. A foundation teaches kids to stay safe, and after their immense loss, Jerry Lee's parents work hard to prevent similar nightmares for others. They want people to understand that there are truly worse things than death, like what happened to their daughter on that fateful summer day. Now, before you head out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. This way, you'll continue to be updated on the latest true crime cases that we uncover. We are so thankful to have you as part of our community. So, stay curious, and remember, even closed books hold untold pages waiting patiently for revelation. Let us know your thoughts on this case in the comments, and until next time,